Okay.
Dog goes woof, cat goes meow, bird goes tweet, and mouse goes squeak. Cow goes moo, frog goes croak, and the elephant goes toot. Ducks say quack, and fish go blow.
If you have Avi, I don't understand. Hello everyone. Hi. I think we're gonna hang out just another minute or so and give some people a chance to hop on real quick. And then we will kick off with a full conversation about conference. I'm not able to see when people are, if I need to. I don't know that I need to. We have some other staff in the room with us, so I'm not just talking to a blank
to the
wall.
air.
We're going to be able to
see your comments and questions as they come in. So that's what we're trying to get figured out here. Say hi if you're on. Let us know you're here.
That way we know who we can poke fun at if we make fools of ourselves today.
It's not gonna happen. So what's happening today at the office, it's kind of fun. Some of the behind the scenes of what we do here at East to try to get ready for conference. And in the big training rooms, we call it Explore and Discover, we have all the technology out and it's getting prepped and ready to go for conference. It's a really beautiful sight. It's really fun to see all the staff come together to pull this thing off. So we've got that going on. We've got packing. We're starting to stage things in our Imagine, which is the garage space. That's all getting prepped for the moving truck to come and pick us up that Monday before conference.
Yeah, we've got, I think the mail trucks at this point are just coming by the hour delivering things. So that's fun too to see all of it. It's kind of like Christmas for us.
And it probably won't surprise you, but Jerry's in one of those rooms too, rigging up some staging for the general session. So it's pretty fun. Come say hi if you'd like.
Yeah. Okay, just getting a few more things ready.
Hey, Jonesboro.
Oh, there we go. Okay, good. Okay, who else is on here with us? Anybody? We'll see what time. It's 11 before. I think we could go ahead and get started and then see people as they pop in. So welcome to our final conference clips for this year. We are very excited to have you all join us, and we're excited to talk about all things conference. I'm Jessica Dunham. I'm the Director of Events here at East, and with me is
Melanie Ridlin. I'm the Senior Director of Operations.
And we are obviously streaming on Facebook today, and we've got it on YouTube. So for anyone who's not able to join us, this is being recorded. You will know that once you watch it. And so feel free to check it out. And we'll be monitoring the comments afterwards. So if you have any questions that we didn't get to during the live, feel free to pop them in below, and we'll get back with you on them. Okay, so just to kick things off, I do want to say a quick thank you to Squeezebox Pizza. They are our sponsor for this year for conference clips. They are a local family-owned pizza joint in Hot Springs. They have kids in East, and they just really believe in the program and what we're doing. And so we're very thankful to have such a supportive sponsor with us this year. I hope that you have an opportunity to go check them out while you're in Hot Springs or for conference or at any other point in time. We are planning to enjoy some of their pizza while we're there, so we hope that you are able to see them too. So again, thank you, Squeezebox, for your support. We couldn't do conference without you. Okay. All right, let's talk about traveling to conference. So just a heads up, there is road work and construction happening on the highways from Little Rock to Hot Springs. April has a link to an article that we found. I guess I should mention that April's in here with us too. She is moderating.
Say hi.
Yeah, there's April. She is moderating all of our comments today through Facebook, and will respond to some on her own, and then some of them she'll kick over to us. So just feel free to throw your questions in there. Okay, so going back to travel for conference. April's going to post the link to the article in the comments section, so you'll have that. But I just encourage you to check RDOT, ARDOT, for more updates on the construction. Right now, we don't think there's any road closures that are happening, at least during the day. In the evenings, there may be some. So if you're traveling back and forth in the evenings, just be aware of that. But in general, give yourselves plenty of time to get to conference. And we really need you to stick to your scheduled arrival groups this year. We've tweaked them a little bit, so if you're a conference veteran, they're going to look a little bit different. So make sure you know what time you're slated for. We really don't have a lot of flexibility to move people around at this point. So if you have an emergent type situation, of course, let us know and we'll do what we can. But if we can get everybody to come during your scheduled time, things will work much more smoothly, we hope. Okay, I've seen a couple of questions come in. Oh, my cup, yes. Actually, this is not for sale. This was given to me by my supervisor. So I don't know where you got them, but it's not an East Cup, unfortunately. But we will share some of the East Gear stuff a little bit later.
And some of the pricing. There was a question on when they'll see pricing. And we'll have a gear pricing list at some point we can share out once that's ready for you.
Yeah.
And then hello, you guys. The other people that have chimed in. We're glad to see you.
I've lost my notes, April.
Okay, I think registration's next, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so registration is going to be the same setup as we did last year. It worked so well that we decided not to mess it up by changing it. So, woo, we're excited about that. If you are new, though, and this is your first conference registration experience, you'll have the chance to update and confirm your conference attendee list, and then you'll collect all of your conference goodies. So we're going to have things like t-shirts. If you've pre-registered for any Fusion tickets or senior breakfast tickets, we've got some buttons and other things that we're going to get to give you during registration. So you might want to bring an extra hand, a body with you to collect all of that good stuff. There will also be a table set aside with items from our sponsors and exhibitors that you can collect and take back with you to your booth too. So be prepared for that. If you have substitutions, we've had some we've had some questions about this week. You can easily make substitutions on site during registration. But you'll also have the opportunity, if you want to begin updating and switching out names on your way to conference. I think it's going to open super early that morning on Tuesday the 17th. Okay, so image release forms. This is another thing we've been getting a lot of questions on lately too. We will not be accepting any physical image release forms at conference this year. So we want you to go ahead and get these completed now and before you get to conference. And you want to complete them for your students coming to conference if you can, as well as any alternates you may be bringing. Go ahead and knock that out. If you don't know, you can do this on the East website. It's not available on the conference website anymore, but it is available on the East website in your Manage Users section. Once you get to that page, you can easily put in a parent email address, ship that email over to them so they can get that signed. If for some reason you do need a physical copy, even though digital is preferred, there is a little blurb under the submit button where you put in that parent email that you can find a PDF that you can print out, send it home with the student for their parent to sign it, and then those have to be mailed and received at East by March 11th for us to get those inputted in time for conference. Okay. Otherwise, we will not be able to use the person's image at the event. Okay. All right. And then one more thing about registration. We hope you're planning to bring people to conference. We hope you're inviting all kinds of people. So your friends, your family, maybe even community partners that have been working with your students on projects. Have them come to conference and see what it's all about. One thing to note at general registration, so if these people coming to conference are not on your conference attendee list, they will be asked for their ID when they check in, so we can give them that name badge so they can enter the exhibit hall. The reason we're asking for IDs this year, there's two reasons in fact. One is so that we actually enter in accurate information, right? It's easy to misspell somebody's name and then it gets printed wrong in a name tag. So if we have that ID, we can make sure that that's correct the first time. And the second reason, and more importantly, it's to help enhance our security measures at the conference. We want to make sure the people that are coming are who they say they are. So that's frankly the reason for it.
Yeah, and just kind of another note about inviting other people to see conference. You know, this is the one, this is the one time of the year when every conference program comes together and we're all in one place. And so it's very easy for our community partners to just see your program and the great things that you're doing. But then when they get to conference and they can see like, oh, East is not just a local thing. Look at this really huge impact that all of these different programs are having on our world. It's a really eye-opening experience for them. So please make sure you invite some of those people that have been working with you, even if it's nothing more than just to come see your booth, because that's important. I don't know if we've had any questions come in. April, the thing up here is kind of what we're able to see is kind of wonky. We're only able to see the reply to one person right now.
It's okay. You haven't had any.
Okay.
You guys can keep pushing.
One more thing about registration, or one thing we want to add to is if you have people that cannot come to conference but they want to experience it, we will be live streaming the general sessions again this year. So opening plenary, gala, and closing. Set up live watching parties. It's probably a watch party to watch them live. That could be parents, your students that aren't able to make it to conference, or anybody, in fact. We'll be putting information about those links out on the website, so be on the lookout for more information about the live stream.
Yeah, those are always really fun and great opportunities for, all your kids who aren't able to be at conference, or community partners, just anybody, again, to see kind of the magnitude of what East is. All right, let's talk about exhibit hall and general conference or convention center information. Personal chairs, so lawn chairs, folding chairs, that sort of thing, those are not permitted in the convention center, specifically the exhibit hall this year. We are going to provide some additional seating in the exhibit hall so that there is a place to sit, but we realize that you want to take a minute to sit down and just collect yourself and keep an eye on your students, but we wanted to look a little bit more professional. So we are going to provide some additional seating places, and we would just ask you if you'll leave those personal items at home. It's one less thing for you to have to pack and carry with you, so we're doing you a favor. All right. Something else that's a little bit different this year, the loading dock doors. So the doors on the backside of the convention center that you come in and out of during that when you're arriving at conference and you're carrying all of your booth items back and forth between your bus and your booth. So those doors are going to be open and you're able to come and go as you need to from 8 until noon on Tuesday. But at noon on Tuesday, it becomes a no re-entry point. So you're still able to exit out the exhibit hall that way, but if you want to come back in, you're not going to be able to do so through those doors. You're going to have to go all the way around and find a side entrance or into the front. This is just another security issue, or not issue, but it's another security precaution thing that we have in place just to make sure that our event is as safe as it can be. And it will be open back. Those doors will be opened back up on Thursday after the closing session for load out. So you will be able to go in and out of them again whenever you're taking all of your stuff to go home. All right. The exhibit hall hours are a little bit different on Thursday. So we talked with our facilitator advisory group a couple months ago, and one of the things they mentioned is we are so tired on Thursday. Let us sleep in a little bit. And we were like, okay, we can do that. We wouldn't mind some extra sleep time ourselves. So we pushed back the exhibit hall open time to 8:30 on Thursday for schools, and then it'll open to the public at 9 o'clock. So just be aware of that. Get a little bit more snooze time.
Do you want to give a shout out to the facilitator advisory group?
Yes, thank y'all so much. I don't want to go name by name because I will forget somebody, but there's 11 of them that have been instrumental in helping us make some big decisions this year and even planning for future years. So if you don't know who they are, we can share that information with you. We want them to be an advocate for you and helping with planning all of our events. So yeah, thank you for everything that y'all done for us. All right, last thing for me right now, the Wi-Fi. So the convention center does have public Wi-Fi. And if you want to access it, it's the guest network at the convention center. There is a password, but we give it out at the tech booth, so just go visit the tech booth if you need it. We will ask too that please don't bring any hotspots that are broadcasting Wi-Fi. Those devices and any kind of Bluetooth devices actually really interfere with the systems that we have in place for things like our general sessions and our breakout sessions, and you don't want to be the person who interrupts the Wi-Fi for everybody else. So we'll just ask that you leave those at home or turn them off when you get to the convention center. Again, it's just to try to make a better experience for everybody at conference.
And it's happened before, right?
Oh yeah, it's absolutely happened before. So just do us all a favor and try to keep those usage at minimum.
You have a question?
Okay. Can you pop up? I can't.
Marshall,
Okay.
I can't without refreshing the whole thing.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Marshall East has a question about extra seating, and they were asking if they needed to reserve that. So there was mention of extra seating at one point during the
In the exhibit hall.
Right, yeah. There's not really a way to reserve the seating. We're just going to put out additional chairs around the exhibit hall and throughout the convention center. You can't reserve them. It's just kind of first come, first serve. But we hope that you're not planning to just post up throughout the whole conference. There's so much to do and see. So we encourage you to get out there and make sure that you're engaging with everybody. We just really want these chairs to be a place for you to kind of sit and, maybe knock out an email or something if you need to. But so no, not able to reserve. There will be additional seating though throughout.
Good question.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about St. Patrick's Day.
Yay.
We are super excited that East Conference fell on St. Patrick's Day, but it has definitely brought some interesting things that we need to consider, I should say. So we have already pushed out a lot of communication about St. Patrick's Day out on the website. We had a St. Patrick's Day conference clip, so be sure and check that out again if you need to before conference. There's information about road closures, activities, and even the best place to watch the parade. So take a look at what's out there. Let us know today if you have questions. We'll do our very best to answer them for you. The maps for loading in and loading out and what to know about road closures, that's available on the website on the My Planner page in Planning Resources. They're right there at the top of that page. You want to check those out before you come. And we also want you to expect limited parking and large crowds near the convention center, especially on St. Patrick's Day. I think there's a little bit going on the night before too, but especially that Tuesday. Be prepared, you guys.
Yeah, we really don't anticipate a lot of major issues with load-in. Most of the crowds don't really start coming in until later in the evening. There are a few road closures happening during the day, but we really don't foresee any major issues, especially if you take a look at those maps. And there's even a map on there of the St. Patrick's Day parade, the route that they're going to go. So if you're planning to stick around for that, you'll know kind of where to go or not to go, I guess. Okay.
Just safety and security?
Yeah.
Okay. You've heard us talk a little bit already today about enhanced security measures. This is something that's just really important to us. We want to make sure that we're having and providing a safe experience for you guys. And so here's a couple of tips from us. We want you to use the buddy system. We've been talking about that for years. When your students are going to breakout sessions or when they're walking to and from places, pair them up. It's always good to have a partner, right? Keep your eyes open, especially if you're walking to and from the convention center to your vehicle, maybe to the hotel, especially if you're having to walk a ways to your hotel. You want to keep your eyes open, be alert, be aware of your surroundings. Maybe even carry a flashlight the night after gala. It's going to be dark when you're headed back to your vehicle, so have some flashlights and with you. We have put in requests with the police department in Hot Springs to have some extra patrols, especially after gala. But anytime you experience anything like an emergency, first thing you need to do is call 911.
Yeah. And Hot Springs in general, especially where we're at, it's very safe. We don't want to concern anybody. We put these measures in place so that we don't have to worry, hopefully, about any issues, or that we know how to deal with them if they arise. If there is an emergency, or if you even just get separated from your team and you're not able to reach them for some reason, maybe consider having a rally point. This is just kind of a place where you can plan to meet up. So for example, when you leave the general sessions, sometimes there's a lot of crowd and a lot of people trying to move from one place to another, and it's hard to hear people and follow everybody. And so maybe just make a plan to meet back at your school booth, or if you're heading home, maybe plan to meet at your bus. Or the registration is always a good, easy hub area to meet at as well. So just have that kind of in place already in case any issues arise.
So we do still have the bag policy in place this year. It's the same as last year. Any bags larger than the 14 by 14 by 6 are not permitted at the general session. So that's opening, plenary, gala, and closing. This is really important, you guys. But we do have some good news. The conference bags that we're giving away this year do meet those requirements. Woohoo! So that's at least helpful, right? Bags will not or should not be left unattended throughout the convention center. We had a little bit of an issue with that last year, so please encourage everybody with your group to make sure and leave their bags behind, whether that's in the hotel, in their vehicle, maybe even at their booth, instead of trying to bring them in or sneak them in or stash them somewhere.
Yeah, bags that are left laying out really actually pose a security risk if they're just laying out anywhere. Plus, they could even be seen as a suspicious item. So just please don't. And we can't control whether or not they're taken.
Right.
So there's several things to think about. We're not just we're trying to keep you safe and keep all of your belongings safe as well.
And the convention center has this rule, and we definitely support it, but there's no weapons allowed at the convention center either. Yes, we have a question.
We have a question. Aaron Rappold wants to know if clear bags or other bags are okay in addition to the registration bag.
Yes, we do not have a clear bag policy in place, so you can bring any bag that meets that size requirement to the general sessions. That's a great question. The registration bag this year is clear, just because it was super cool and fun. So, all right, so Lost and Found is going to be located at the registration booth. So please come look for your items there before you leave conference. If you're missing something, it's even okay to come by and say, I'm looking for something. We'll make a note, we'll get your number, and if it shows up, we'll give you a call. We definitely don't want to have to bring all that stuff back here to the East office if we don't have to. And then one quick change on the first aid booth location this year. It is going to start out in the exhibit hall, so while you guys are setting up your booths. We always have a few little injuries, and we want to make sure they're closed for that. Then, about 1 o'clock on Tuesday, they're going to move and be placed for the rest of the conference near the registration area. It's a great central hub for general sessions and also the exhibit hall. And so if you need anything, a Band-Aid, or if you need to be seen, we've got nurses from
CHI St. Vincent. They've been such a big supporter. They do this. They provide this first aid service to us at no cost. So shout out to them. Thank you so much.
Please go by and say thank you. They're really, really great. So they'll be there for you if you need anything.
And they should be there for the duration of conference, right?
That's right. They'll be right there next to registration for the whole time.
Okay, cool. Again, just send us any questions you have. But April, if we're good, I'm going to keep on rolling. Okay, let's talk breakout sessions. So breakout sessions were something else that we talked with the Facilitator Advisory Board a lot about, and trying to figure out what the students and our facilitators are looking for in those sessions. And so we've taken a lot of that feedback to heart, and we really, that was a focus for us this year. So I hope they turn out good and that they're everything that you want them to be. It feels like they're good because we have so many that are full. I think we only have just a few that have seats available in them, which is, I mean, I'm looking at Adam, but that's a lot for, anytime. At this point, it's a lot for us. So we're excited. If there is a breakout session that you really want to attend and there is no availability in it, I encourage you to go ahead and head over to that room at the time that it begins. Notify the ambassador who is scanning in people that you're interested in taking an empty seat, or even standing in the back. That might be an option as well. So just let them know, and they'll tell you what to do and see if we can get you in there. Something else to note is you are actually able to register for sessions up until the session begins. So if there is a session you're interested in, you can always keep an eye out on the website or the mobile app and see if any seats become available. And in fact, I think I saw that one of the hands-on session had a couple of seats open up. That was yesterday though, so they may not be there now.
So go snag them.
Yeah, but just keep an eye out. Okay. Let's see. I want to give a shout out to our founders winners, our Cornerstone finalists, and our East Project competition finalists. All of these schools have agreed to participate in a breakout session this year, and I hope that you will have an opportunity to go hear some of their stories and talk about their experience, whether it was applying for one of these competitions or just obstacles that they've overcame, things that inspire and empower them. They're going to be sharing all of their secrets with you guys. So we hope that you have an opportunity to hear from them. All right. Oh, and then I will mention again that there are a couple of sessions that have seats available in them. The Miss Arkansas, so Darren Dahlem, she is an East alum, and she is going to be speaking at opening plenary, but she is also doing a breakout session, and I saw that her session still had a few seats left, so I would snag those up. She is great, and you're going to love hearing from her. All right, the last thing I'll mention about breakout sessions is Techscape. This is a new addition to our breakout session lineup. Cool. Yeah, it's going to be so fun because it's a mix of a hands-on session, so the students will have an opportunity to play with some of the technology, but then it's also kind of combining the puzzle challenges that we associate with the Tech Support Olympiad. So it's a 30-minute session. The kids get to go in and they have 8 minutes to solve each puzzle. There's 3 puzzles. If they solve all 3 of them, they get a little goodie. Just to kind of bragging rights, if you will. These These challenges were designed by our tech support group, who are also the people that put on our Tech Support Olympiad, and we always get really great participation in that. So unfortunately, those sessions are also very full. So if you're hoping to get into one, you're just going to have to go check out and see if there's any empty seats. But we're really excited for that addition this year. Okay. Any questions? We're good? Okay,
All right.
cool.
East Fusion. Let's talk about Fusion, you guys. This year, we are super excited to take Fusion off-site at the Mid-America Science Museum. It's our social event on Tuesday night. It starts at 5:30 and it's over at 8. It is a private event, which means it's just East people at this event this year, so that's going to be really cool. It'll give you a chance to network and meet other East conference attendees, and also you're going to get to enjoy some fun, hands-on stuff at this museum. If you've never been, it's really, really cool.
You can spend hours there.
So we hope you have fun. We have had over 800 tickets sold already for Fusion, which is unbelievably cool.
Yeah.
But we have learned that we have to cap this at 1,000. So there's limited tickets left. So what that means is your pre-order tickets, you're going to get them when you check in at registration, but you will not be able to add any more tickets during school registration that morning. You can, however, show back up at 1 o'clock. When we change it to general registration, and if you want to purchase tickets, they'll be available first come, first serve at 1 o'clock that day. And of course, if we have any left over, we'll take them with us to Mid-America Science Museum that night. You can show up and purchase a ticket then.
If they're still available.
If there's still any available.
Yeah.
We'll keep our fingers crossed for you. Shuttles are also full, and so when you check in at registration, if you reserved a shuttle, you're going to get a wristband that's associated with a specific shuttle time that you've reserved or you've selected, and so you'll get that information at registration. There is a snack bar available, and the menu for the snack bar is available on the conference website, so you can check out what items are there, but it is limited. When we told them we have, nearing 1,000 people coming, they were like, oh my gosh, we're not sure our snack bar can handle that amount. However, what is really cool is that the Mid-America Science Museum is definitely open to anyone bringing in their own dinner and their own food, so pack some sack dinners. That sounds really weird, but bring a cooler with some food for you guys. You can even have pizzas ordered and delivered in, or other food delivered to the museum for you. There's a great snack room that's available to sit down and eat. There's also some great picnic tables outside, so you can, take the group outside and enjoy, hopefully,
Fingers crossed.
pretty weather. Yeah, let's hope it's nice. So we hope you have fun with that, and we're glad that they're letting you bring in some food that night.
Oh, and the snack bar, I don't know if you mentioned this, but it's only open from 6 to 7. So if you're trying to visit there, I hope that you'll need to go before 7 o'clock.
Yeah, or bring in some food.
Yeah.
There are directions on the conference website that will tell you the best route to go from the convention center area to the museum. That's going to be really important with all the parade shenanigans. So be sure to check out that map if you're coming to hang out with us that night. There is a great big parking lot right there by the museum, but there is limited bus parking. So we'll have staff on site to help direct you and help figure out where to park your bus, but it should not be a problem. We're looking forward to seeing everybody.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun. I get to go this year, so we'll see. And I think we may even have a hashtag coming out at some point that April and her social media crew will share later. Okay. All right, let's talk about the senior breakfast. This is another, it's brand new to a conference. It's something we wanted to do for a couple of years, and finally we're able to put it together. It is being hosted by Arkansas State University, so thank you, A-State, and it's being hosted by our East alumni. We really appreciate them for helping us coordinate this. So it's our first year to do this. We sold out very quickly. I kind of were not expecting it again, and so we did have to put a limit on the number of tickets, and they are all gone at this point. I will mention that if there are any tickets that do not get paid for by the payment deadline, those will become available at guest registration on Tuesday at 1 o'clock. Mm-hmm. And so you can come and try to see if there's any left to snag. What else? Oh, your pre-order tickets, you're going to get those at registration. Just make sure that you don't lose it. We only have enough tickets for the number of people that are coming. So if you lose it, we do not have any replacements. So keep that nice and safe, especially since you won't need it until Thursday.
So, and I guess let me add to this. I sent out an email just yesterday to facilitators if we still need payments for things like the senior breakfast ticket. And so if you haven't paid for those, you definitely want to get those payments in by Monday, the 9th, by the deadline, so that we don't drop those and give them to somebody else that first day of conference. So.
Yeah, and if your name is on the list and you don't pay, we cannot hold them. Correct? So you're just going to have to chance it with everybody else. Okay, speaking of the breakfast. Yeah, breakfast, so it's food. So let's talk about some of the food options that you're going to have in Hot Springs during conference. Papa John's of Hot Springs has asked to get involved again this year, and so they are offering a discount code to all of our East Conference attendees. It is HSEAST 30. April's going to throw that in the comments for you. So it's HS East 30. And using that code will get you 30% off. I imagine you can use it several times. You can eat pizza every day for every meal if you want. And I think you can use that code. They are also going to be on site at conference on Tuesday and Wednesday. And they're going to be available to take orders, to show you their menu, or just answer any questions that you have. This is just kind of a service that they like to do for us. It's no cost. I mean, other than unless you order a pizza. Just remember that pizzas cannot be delivered to the convention center. They know, most of the pizza places around town know that they can't deliver food there. So if you do need it during the day, have it delivered to one of the 2 hotels, Hotel Hot Springs or the Embassy, and plan to eat dinner over there. Because remember, outside food is not allowed in the convention center. They also are going to have some giveaways, some pizza giveaways, I think, right?
Yes,
Papa John's?
they're giving those to the social media, the group, and they'll be passing those out with their social media competitions. So
yeah, so keep an eye on all things social media, and we'll talk a little bit more, I think, about that in a minute. Okay. Oh, and if you do want to place an order for Papa John's, they are willing to take orders prior to conference. Just reach out. The gentleman's name is Brant Barnes, and I think April is going to post his contact information in the comments. So go ahead and check that off your to-do list if you're planning to do pizza one night. All right. So 420 Eats Food Truck Court is a fun little food truck court that's within walking distance of the convention center. They usually have at least 2 food trucks there. I'm not sure at this point what they are, but they have a Facebook page, so feel free to follow them and check out some really fun food truck food. They even have, I think they have restrooms there, they have picnic tables, they have games for you to play, so if you're looking just to kind of get away for just a minute or two, that's an opportunity to check them out, and they're within walking distance. Let's see what else. Oh, the Embassy Suites Hotel is doing their gala night dinner again. So this is something they provided to us for a couple of years. It's $8 this year, and you can sign up, and I would encourage you to sign up because there's limited availability. It's from 3 to 7 p.m. on Wednesday night, so it's just a quick, easy dinner for you if you're in a bind or you just want to do something quick and easy prior to the gala, which starts at 7. There's information on the FAQ page of the conference website for who to contact to get your name on that list. And then the last thing I'll mention just about food options is, again, Squeezebox Pizza, our conference clip sponsor. They are really, really great people to work with. And again, I hope you have an opportunity to check them out while you're there too.
Okay. Yay. Any questions, or can we taco about some gear?
We are very excited.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to talk about some new gear that we've got. We've got some things to show you, and we'll talk a little bit about pricing too. So the gear sales, they're going to begin Tuesday afternoon, right after opening plenary in the exhibit hall in the gear booth area. So about 3 p.m. And on Tuesday, we're going to be having some cool green stuff to sell for St. Patty's Day too. So you definitely want to check that out.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got some green socks.
Start with our socks, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we've got some fun green socks. We've also got a couple of other sock options. They're all $9.
These are really cool.
So they'll be available.
This one here has all the cool East buzzwords like empowering, innovative, amazing, life-changing, right? All the cool things about East that we love. So definitely want to get some socks.
Yeah.
Okay, we have an East Shamrock shirt over here. It's $16. We've got some other shirts too. Let's see. I've got this maroon one here. You'll have to read it.
Okay, so you already have what it takes.
And it's super soft. Every
Yeah.
East shirt is always really
Yeah,
soft, you guys.
You want to read mine?
Okay, the ones who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do.
Yeah, so how great is that? We love these. Our marketing and purchasing team do a really great job coming up with some really fun shirts that we hope you all enjoy. And all three of those are $16, I believe.
Okay, there's a really great baseball tee for facilitators. It's $17. We'll have these on sale too. How cute is that? Is that ring? I'm going to try to. What is that called? That style?
Raglan.
Raglan. Yeah, raglan.
Baseball is what I think.
Okay.
Cool.
We've also got some fun scrunchies this year. My 11-year-old would go crazy. They're teal and purple. They've got the East logo on them. It's fun. And then, these are $4 each. And then we've got the water bottle, the new East water bottle, which is my absolute favorite. It is $12.
Okay, and for those of you who hate the chili breakout session rooms, chili as in cold, not the food, in case you were confused, we have these.
We can talk about food.
Yeah, we can talk about food. We have these sweatshirts for $27. So they say "Inspire Change" on them, and then of course most everything has our little. This is the locker patch, is what it's called on the back of it. So our East logo back there.
Okay, and then finally we have this cable charger. It's got the East logo on it, and it's got all the different adapters that you're going to need to make your life a little easier.
Yeah, so those long days that you're going to spend at the convention center, these are handy to have.
$10, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, $10.
I think Ruben was the first one to buy one. He was very excited about it. So, yeah. And I think, all of this will be available at the gear store starting at 3 after opening the plenary. Yeah. So the green sale's going on, but we're also going to have all of the other stuff available for you. So we have
And this
you
t-shirt,
enjoy-
I'm assuming, is the same, right? $16?
Yeah.
Okay, $16 for this t-shirt, which we have to have. Like, it's so
Yeah. It's Taco Buddies.
Okay.
Cool. All right. We good, April?
There was one correction. The socks are $10 and not $9.
Oh, sorry.
That's my mistake.
It's
Yeah.
April's fault. It's
April's
Melody
fault.
and I are
I'll
perfect.
So I'll toss out an extra dollar when I see people trying to buy socks.
All right, so the 3 sets of socks are
Yeah.
$10 each.
Yeah.
Okay,
How
cool.
cute are
Thank
they?
you
They're
for that
worth
update.
the $10.
Mhm. Those are so cute.
Our staff thought they were ties.
If you think about it, it's only $5 a foot.
A $5. Could you buy one sock
You
for $5?
I don't know. We have to ask Pam. Can we do mismatch?
That'd be interesting.
$5 a foot.
Okay.
All right, so let's talk just briefly about the mobile app. It is live and available for you to download. It's called East Conference 2020. Definitely, you want to be on the lookout for any updates that happen before the conference. You'll use your East website login to access all the great things on the app. And listen, you're going to want the app. The app is going to give you everything that you need to know for conference. It's going to tell you where your booth is located, where other booths are located. You're going to get regular conference updates and reminders throughout the event. If there's any kind of emergency need, that's a great way for us to communicate with you as well. Those are called push notifications when we send you messages. And then, more importantly, you'll also get to see and participate in all the various on-site competitions, like the project pitch, right?
Yeah,
that
I'm gonna
happens
share
at
more
Opening
about it in
Plenary
just a minute.
and some of the others too. So you need that app to be able to fully participate in conference. So go ahead and get it downloaded and ready to go.
And Adam, did I see that there's a way for them to schedule, like to create their own little schedule on there? So they can add in like booth
sweet.
times and things like
Booth
that?
times or custom events, stuff like that.
So there's some
Adam
new
is
features.
amazing.
He is.
Yes.
Shout out to Adam for
Yeah.
we'll high five you.
Well, I think this came up last year when Lainey and I did the live. We stupidly told everybody that it was an option for them to add
funny.
booth times, and Adam's like,
No, I
well, it
don't
will be
think-
this year, but it is this year. So, yeah, you're able to go in and you can create your own schedule. You can add the breakout sessions you're going to, but then you can even plug in your own, booth times. You can even set reminders, I believe. So it functions just like a calendar feature on my phone. I don't know my iPhone. I don't know if the other non-iPhones have them. I have no idea. Anyway. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about competitions. There are, obviously, we had a ton of competitions happen before conference, and congratulations to all of those finalists. But there are still some competitions that happen on site at conference, and so we want to share some of those opportunities or I guess, opportunities to get involved with picking the winners, that there are some options for you to get involved, I should say. Back up, clarify. Okay, let's just jump in. So there's the 24-hour film festival that's sponsored by our East alumni. Sign-ups for that end this Friday. So grab your team of 3 and send an email to alumni@eaststaff.net. That's all you have to do to sign up. I think you're going to get a notification or an email or something from Sarah or the alumni leaders next week. So yeah, go ahead and get signed up. It's going to be really fun. These alumni leaders are so fun this year. They've got some great things planned, and I think there's going to share more information at conference. So it's kind of a blind competition. You don't really know what all it entails.
All the details.
Yeah. All right. The CAST mapping app competition is one that we've already announced finalists for, but now CAST wants you to get involved. They want you to come to their booth, check out the apps that the finalists have created, and vote for your favorites. And the winner of that competition will be announced at closing session this year. So that's a really fun opportunity for you to have a say in who has the best app. All right, there's a question, it looks like.
Yes, we're going to go back to the mobile app for just a moment.
Yeah.
The question is there a way to do a mass upload for the calendar or app schedule?
There is not a way to do that this year, but you know what? No pressure, Adam. We'll see.
All the feedback.
Right, but yes,
Put it in the feedback. That's a
Okay.
great thing. That's another thing you'll get to do on the app is give us feedback for the event and also the breakout session presenters. And so, yeah, definitely include that there, and we'll see what we can do for you next year. Good question.
Okay, we're good? All right, there's more competition, so stay with me. All right, I think we mentioned already that the social media reporters, those students are planning some really fun social media competitions that they're going to announce the week of conference. So stay tuned to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Make sure you're following East so that you don't miss out on any of those fun opportunities. And I think there's prizes.
There are prizes.
Yay, prizes.
There are a few, right? So you want to make sure and keep in tune for those.
Yeah. All right, the Perfect Pitch competition is another competition that we've already announced finalists for, and those finalists are going to have the opportunity to pitch to everybody at conference during opening plenary. So you will have a chance to vote for your favorite contestant, and the total votes go into the decision of who wins. So make sure that you participate in that to have your vote counted. And that's during opening plenary. I don't know if I mentioned that.
And you'll vote on the app.
Yes, you'll vote on the app, so you have to have that app. All right, QR code scavenger hunt was a huge thing last year, and so we brought it back. It was really fun. We giggled at all of the students and the facilitators.
It can be so competitive, y'all. It's really fun.
Yeah. So we brought that back again. There's going to be QR codes hidden around conference, and when you see one, you'll just scan it and check out the leaderboard on the mobile app to see where you rank amongst all of the contestants. Just one request, please don't take the QR codes. Please don't move them. Please don't hide them. That's not fun for everybody, and we will find you. So let's be fair and fun to everybody. I think there are a couple of prizes for those too, so I understand the competitive nature. But if you'll just leave those where they're placed, we would much appreciate it. All right, Tech Support Olympiad is back again this year. We had a great turnout, and the 5 final contestants are going to compete in the live round at conference on Thursday from 9 to 10:30 in the Grand Lobby. So we hope that you will come and cheer on your favorite contestant as they solve their last final puzzles to determine who is the our Olympian, I guess. Is that the right?
That sounds good.
We'll go with that.
It's really fun to go watch, so definitely go check it out if you have never seen it before.
Yes. And just FYI, that competition is not going to be live streamed this year. It has in the past, and so we just wanted to give you a heads up if that was something that you were planning on. All right, last thing is the Best of Conference Awards. So we give these away during the closing session, and it's just an opportunity to recognize more schools who bring the very best they have to conference. We've already selected the finalists for the Dress to a T category. But the finalists for the Tech in Action, Signature Design, and Suited for Success categories will be selected at conference. So we will announce those on the app, and you will be able to vote on the app starting on Wednesday around noon, I believe. You'll even be able to see there's going to be a best of conference area set up in the networking space, which is just behind Tinker and right in front of the gear store. There'll be a little area roped off where you can check out the finalist T-shirts that are up for the win.
Yeah, single booth and super booth. Is that another?
Oh
best of
yeah, I'm
conference?
sorry. The signature design category has 2 subcategories. So it's single booth and super booth. So we'll have finalists in both of those. But yeah, you'll be able to see all the finalists in the best of conference display area at conference. So check that out. Make sure you vote, and we will announce winners at closing.
And those are special because they're voted by you guys,
Yeah.
right? So
Mhm.
definitely want to participate, get involved.
Yeah. Okay, I think that is all that we have to share with you today. So we're going to hang out for just a second and see if anybody has any questions. If there's anything we haven't addressed, please pop a comment below, and April will let us know.
We have two, possibly 3.
Okay.
Okay. Drew Killingsworth from Berryville.
Hi, Drew.
Are people who are not at conference able to vote on the app? And he's got the hysterical face. He needs to know, like, really badly.
Okay, I'm looking at Adam, and I'm seeing yes. So
So technically, it looks like they
technically,
can.
yeah.
Okay. Next we have Carla Fairs.
Hi, Carla.
How do you know about the finalists? Would we have been notified?
Great question. So the Dress to a T finalists, the people who wanted to be considered had to submit their T-shirt design. We have selected the finalists. I don't know yet if they've been announced. I'll check with Amy, and if she hasn't already sent something, I know she's on it, and she's probably in the process of getting that sent out. So yes, on that category, you will be notified. On the other categories, those are selected on site by some secret judges, and if you are named a finalist, they will bring you a certificate and let you know that you're a finalist. And then, of course, obviously, if you see your name in the app or on the best of conference display area, you'll hopefully know that you're a finalist. So yes, you will be notified. I hope that answered your question.
So that was the same question that Erin had. So
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else? I'm gonna give y'all a minute, and while y'all are thinking about questions that you might have, I'm gonna let Melanie thanks a few people. Oh, I'm sorry. Have a question.
we have another question from Marshall. Can I film my kiddos on stage, or are you guys going to record it?
Good question.
Looking at Ruben.
So it'll be on the live stream, but we won't have anything outside of the live stream.
We're not recording it.
It will be recorded and posted on the conference
Okay.
website after the live stream.
So could you hear him? So just in case you can't hear Ruben, so the general sessions are all live streamed, and those live streams will be recorded, and then we'll post those on the conference website after conference. We also do take lots of photos of people on stage and all that good stuff too that we'll push out and make available on the conference highlights page after conference too.
It's a great question, though.
And you can also come up close to the stage and take pictures and video too if you'd like.
Mhm.
We want to all celebrate. Good stuff.
Okay.
All right, so we want to do a quick shout out to all of the East Conference sponsors this year. We couldn't put on the East Conference without these sponsors, so they're really important to us, and we're just really thankful. We also want to say another shout out to Squeezebox, our conference clip sponsor this year. We've said it a couple of times, but we do hope you go and visit their restaurant and enjoy their pizza. We've heard it's amazing.
Yes. All right.
Looks like we have one more question. Hang
Okay.
on. Will breakout sessions be recorded and offered for sale for students unable to attend?
We wish they could. That's something that's been on our radar, but currently no. We are trying to figure out how to make that all work, but we just haven't yet. So hopefully
Put
one
that in
day.
your conference feedback too, so we can make
Yes.
sure and have it on our radar still moving forward as we continue to plan for next year.
Yeah, because we really love that idea. We have such great presenters come in, and I'm really excited about this year. I think there's going to be, I hope you see a lot more engagement from the presenters with the audience. And so, why not? We should record those, you know? We want to. It's just making it all work. Yeah, the logistics.
Okay. That's all the questions we have in the comments for right now.
Okay, cool. Well, if you have anything else, feel free to shoot us an email at events@eaststaff.org. Or if you want to comment under the post on this video, we'll be checking those too. We're open books. Yeah, just let us know what you need to know.
It wasn't addressed, email events.
She just said, yeah, email events.
Okay, so then I think we're gonna sign off. So stay tuned to all of our social media so that you can follow along with all of our East Conference adventures using our hashtag EastCon20. And we are so excited to see you very, very soon. I hope you're.
How many days?
Yeah, 13 days.
Something like that.
13 days in Hot Springs.
Yeah,
you
2
guys.
weeks from yesterday. So
Okay.
very cool. So we're excited to see you. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
See you
Thank
later.
you, everybody.
See you soon.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.